Hey guys, Bondo here. Today I'm going to try to show you how we get that picture frame look on a sidewalk, or here we're doing a approach or an apron, whatever you want to call it, to the front of a pole barn that we did. I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to do this. And a lot of people try to pour their own sidewalk or whatever, or apron on their garage. It's kind of friendly to do-it-yourselfers. I'll just show you how we do it. Like I say all the time, different ways to do everything, but the way I do it, we have pretty good luck doing it. So just walking you through here. What I'm doing right now is I got a grooving tool, and this is a walking groover, they call it. It's on a stick, so I mean you can use a hand groover and you can reach out as long as you can reach across it, or you can get to the other side. But this one's got a pole on it, so it's kind of nice. And I already did this once, but I didn't video it. But early on, I marked on my form boards and I marked inside the garage where I wanted these lines. I figured out where I wanted them, and I grooved them into the wet concrete to set the stones. So here, that's why I don't have a board along there. I did start with a board to keep things straight, but once you initially groove it, you'll have a groove in there, and your groover will fall right in that old track line that you left there. So on this job, we actually had to wait quite a ways for quite a long time for the concrete to dry, because it actually was really humid that day, and it rained. So we poured the slab, and then I got it all nicely flattened out, bowl floated it, and I think I magged it once, and then it started to sprinkle. So I covered it up with plastic and waited for the rain to pass, and the rain actually passed. So then we were able to get back in there, uncover it, let the air get to it, and it dried up pretty decent. So we got a nice finish on it. Here I'm just running an edger along the sides. I edged this earlier with what I call a brass edger. It's just a thicker edger. It's like the difference between a mag float and a steel trowel. So that will set the stones. So I'm just going back through here and hitting the edges, getting the right profile to that edger, because each edger is a little different. Like my brass edger is a little bit different than my metal edger. So, and I like to take this float here and float those lines out after I edge it. I'll go through and just float them out. Gets rid of that line that your edger leaves. So I'm just going to go along and edge the whole thing. Like I said, I grooved it again, which gets it set. And then I'm going to edge it. I'm going to float off all those lines, and then I'm going to broom it. And then you're going to hit it with your seamer tool and your edger again at the end. And that's what leaves that picture framing, that little line that you see all the way around a sidewalk. I'm just magging the whole surface here. It's nice when you can reach them. You can get all your bow float lines and everything out. Work up a little cream. That cream's what you're going to be brooming, so you keep that cream worked up. And like I said, it did sprinkle on this, so I'm kind of floating out the sprinkle marks from the rain and stuff. If you're new to my channel, guys, my name's Ron Bond. I got a company called Bondo Build Construction. We do a lot of concrete work, foundations, flat work. I also do work on houses in the wintertime. I buy distressed houses and we fix them up, and I usually rent them out. So we do a lot of that stuff in the winter just to keep me busy. I like to build stuff, and I like the YouTube platform, so I'm trying to give back to YouTube. I use YouTube a lot for things. Whenever I do something, I'll look it up on YouTube. So I've gotten pretty good at concrete because I've been doing it for 30 years. So if I can give back to the platform, that's good stuff. If you like this kind of stuff, building and concrete, and we do a lot of insulation and stuff like that, renovating houses. Once you hit the subscribe button, I put together a lot of videos. We do 3-4 videos a week. We also do them in the wintertime, like I said, on the renovation of the houses and stuff. And hit the bell notification button. And if you get value out of these videos, hit the like button. It helps me out on YouTube. The algorithm from YouTube will rank my videos higher, and I'll be able to get more views and stuff. I'm going to speed things up here, guys. You got the idea what we're doing. Get you through this part. Then we're going to, after this, we're going to broom it. And then we'll hit it again at the end. We'll hit it with these same tools. We're going to hit it again at the end to get that line in there that you want after we broom it. Nice thing with brooming concrete is if you don't like what it looks like, you can just go back over it. You can just mag float it again and hit it again. Another thing, if you're brooming concrete and it's real hot out, you want to get right after it. If you want to see a nice non-slip surface, you got to do it pretty quick. Today here it was pretty cool out. You can tell the way we're dressed. And like I said, it was raining, and we had to deal with the rain and stuff. So we had plenty of time on this one, so it wasn't no rush. But in the sun, you got to really get after it. So here I am brooming. Basically, I have that's a concrete broom. It's made specially for concrete. You can get them pretty much anywhere on the internet. I like to just drag it right across there straight. I believe it's like a 4-foot broom. It's pretty big. You can use a regular broom to broom concrete. You don't need this special broom, but it does work a little better. So here I'm just dragging it straight across. You can get 2 or 3 drags, and then you'll start to get some of that cream will get on the bristles of the brush. So then I'll go over and I'll have Matt wash it off. I always have a guy there with either we have a wheelbarrow full of water, or we'll have a hose to hose it off. Just get that cream off the brush. You'll get these little I call them boogers. Funny, but that's what I call them. Little pieces of concrete that'll show up if you don't wash them off the broom. It'll show up on the surface. They'll wear off, but they don't look good at first. So we keep cleaning it as we go, and just you might get only 1 drag across, and you got to wash your broom. But I think we're getting a couple here on this day. I only got 1 there. So you just keep an eye on the broom. That's how we do it. We'll broom this whole thing, and then once it's done, we'll go back and picture frame it with our tools again. I'll show you that here in a few minutes. But that's it for the brooming. I mean, it's pretty simple. Like I said, if you don't like the way it looks because maybe you jumped in there too soon and the concrete was too soft, you'll be able to tell. It won't look right. And then all you got to do is take your mag and mag it again, and wait a little longer. Keep trying it until you like the looks of it. If you want a real rough surface, do it sooner. If you want a really fine mag surface or a really fine broom surface, just mag it off again and hit it, and you'll have a really light broom finish. It depends on what you want. For driveways and stuff, you want a little bit of a deeper broom. So, and like I said, the weather will either help or hurt you. If you want a really aggressive broom and it's hot, like I said, you got to get after it quick and mag everything off quick. And sometimes you'll be a guy will be magging this, and a guy will be brooming right behind him. You'll have a guy on knee boards, or if you can reach it like this one, just hitting it with your mag float, working some cream up, and a guy right behind him brooming it just before it. Because if you wait, it'll dry on you. That concrete will dry, and your broom lines won't look right. Another thing when you're brooming is if you have like a shade spot, or like the sun's beating on one area and it's shady in another area, that'll make the broom lines look different. It won't look right. So you got to keep that in mind. Watch how the sun's shining on it. We didn't have to worry about it on this job because there was no sun out that day. It was real cloudy. But actually on the same job over on the left there's a lean-to, and we poured that lean-to, and it was a decent day, and we actually did have an area where the sun was beating on it, so I had to like broom that section first and then let the other section that was in the shade catch up to it so that I could get the broom lines to look the same. Because if I just dragged the broom across it, you'd have the shady area would be really rough, and then you'd hit the area that the sun's been shining, and it would look totally different. It would be a finer broom. I'll speed you through this rest of this brooming, guys. I don't bore you to death. So here we got it all broomed, guys. It's looking good. So now I got that same grooving tool, and I'm just putting my picture framing in there. I'm just going right back over that same spot, flattening it out, getting those lines on the side. Then I'm going to use my concrete edger and edge the sides, and that's what gives you that smooth edge around. You know, like I said, it's called a picture frame. That's what we call it. I don't know if anybody calls it anything different. Let me know in the comments what you guys call that. We call it, I live in upstate New York, and we call it picture framing it. But I've heard, you know, different things. People call it different things. Let me know what you call it. But here, I'm just going down through here with the edger and getting it smooth. You want to take any cream you got and just smooth it out. Try to get all the broom lines gone so you have that smooth edge. So basically I just took my edging tool and I went down to where the next groove line is, and then I just picked up my groover here, and I'm going to groove those lines in there. These groovers leave, it almost looks like you edged both sides, like if that makes sense to you. You know, it's got a line on both sides, so it's like a groove in the middle with a double border. That's what gives you that each square that you've cut, you know, that you've made is a picture. It looks like a picture frame, has that border around it. That's what makes it look good. And then I'll just pick my edger back up and keep going. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. I just wanted to show you how to make a picture frame on a sidewalk or an approach, apron, whatever you call it here. If you got some value out of this, like I said to you, if you could hit the like button, that'd be awesome. Subscribe if you're not already. That's going to help me out getting this information out to people with YouTube. And thanks again for watching, guys. I'm going to pop up some videos at the end of this, some of the other stuff that we're doing. Check it out. Thanks again.